welcome back to Nerd Gas Podcast. We're going to talk about the Commodore 64 Ultimate today, but we're actually going to unbox it and play with it, unlike last time, where we just talked about the history, which was awesome. And Carl is... What are you doing? Does this have Microsoft Windows on it?
Yeah, it's Windows CE.
Oh my God.
Compact
edition.
edition.
They can't see what you're doing. They can't see what you're doing.
I was just playing solitaire. It's fine.
Okay, Mike. Now you bought this Commodore 64. We had a big history lesson going all the way from World War II up into this.
Yep, I ordered this back in October last year and got it a couple of days before New Year's. So it was a late Christmas present.
To yourself?
To myself.
Those are the best Christmas presents.
Those are awesome. 'Cause, I always get the best things for me. It's always what I wanted.
You do have a half-size real-life R2-D2.
It's a little less than half size. Yes, I do. I had to put it together, but yeah, I have one. And also two other robots.
Can I get your hot take on something before we get to this?
Oh, go.
What do you think about the Death Star Lego set?
The original one I liked a lot because it was the sphere.
Not the original one.
But the new one they have that's like the diorama.
Yeah.
I think it's got its place. I don't
Everybody
really hate it.
Everybody hates it.
I don't really hate it. I think what it is, it's not designed to be a Death Star. It's designed to be a Death Star shaped diorama.
Yeah.
That's it.
But it's like $600 something stupid, right?
Well, all the Lego sets are stupidly expensive. I can't buy anything I want in Lego because it's too expensive.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just wanted to get your take on that because the internet really, really hated that.
Everybody's going to complain and hate on it, but it's not designed to be everybody's fan wet dream. It's what it is.
One thing I like about you, Mike, is that you don't get into like the criticism, like the bandwagon of like jumping on beating dead horses and stuff like that. If you like it, you like it. If not, you're just like, whatever.
I've lived through this both through the Star Wars fandom and also through the Transformers fandom, and I don't really understand the hate that a lot of factions of the fandom have for specific things. It's like, if you don't like it, why are you wasting so much breath and energy pissing on it? If you don't like it, just don't watch it.
What's the Red Letter Media guy's character? He did like his Plinkett, yeah. He did documentaries on the prequels that were like longer than the actual movie.
Yeah, and I think that was kind of like how can I say, an overkill.
I mean, the thing is, like, it was what people were actually doing. It was like funny, and it was like well done. But then like people took it seriously.
Yeah, it was like. But he's got Plinkett's takes on some of the Star Trek movies are actually really good. It's like, and then Worf shows up for some reason. Why is Worf here? It's like, I don't know.
Star Trek 6, I know that one.
I love nerdy shit like that. Okay, let's get to the Commodore 64.
Yeah, that discussion's another podcast.
Yeah, that's a different podcast.
All right, so shall we open the box?
Yes.
All right, so let's turn this around. I got to get the tab here.
It's rated PG.
And then as you open up the flap.
Wow.
Welcome back to the world of friendly computing.
The original Commodores all said, "Welcome to the world of friendly computing." That was the major selling point of Commodore computers, is that it was friendly and easy to use. So as we open it up, you can see the Commodore.
Wow.
Right there.
It was like, wow. What does that say? Welcome to your
digital oasis.
Ooh. That's cool. Was that in the original packaging?
There was something there, but I can't remember what it said originally. But this is kind of new Commodore's stance on being against what the new social media obsessed, digital obsessed world
your
is.
Your digital detox brand is what it says up here in the corner.
So it's kind of setting the tone right away.
So what you're saying is this is going to have a bunch of social media like plugins.
Not
like Instagram
necessarily.
And Facebook.
No, not for that. Not for modern social media.
That's Grok.
Not for modern social media. So this is in there pretty tight because repackaging this was not the easiest thing.
Oh, there we go.
As you pull the computer out, there we go.
Oh, whoa. It's got an entire like...
We have a manual.
Manual. A paper book manual.
A wire-bound... ring-bound manual, yes.
That's pretty sweet, actually. I can't remember.
And you already have bookmarks in it.
Yeah, so you can tell this is an original unboxing. But
let's see. What have you noted? Printer emulation.
Yep.
Cool.
I mean, don't you have a dot matrix printer at home?
I do. It's my only printer. I had like fill out like government forms using my dot matrix. Nice.
This is actually cool.
So, yeah, cool. It's like actually like how to program and everything.
The user's guide is quite literally a near perfect reprint of the original user's guide, complete with original
stickers.
Those are my copies. I don't want to use the original stickers, so I actually scanned them and printed my own on label sheets so I could cut them out and use them.
That's like, is this Swedish?
Yeah.
our resident Swede. They have Japanese and everything. Cool.
Yep. And so they printed the manual just like the original manual, which guides you through all the beginning parts of learning BASIC, typing in example programs, learning how to use the Commodore and its different functions, how to change text color, background colors, how to use the new interface. Let's put this up front here.
That's pretty cool.
Yep.
Da-dum.
That's legit cereal.
Yep. So on the right hand side are two game ports for joysticks for the original mouse.
What is that port called? The game port? It doesn't have a name.
It's a DB9.
DV9?
DB9.
DB9.
It's kind of the default name that we had was like the Atari game port because the Atari joysticks used that DB9 size. Yeah. But pretty much all of them used them at some point. And on the back, there's the memory expansion port, which is also the game cartridge port. That's the
cool thing about using an FPGA instead of just emulation is that you can literally use period hardware that like interfaces on the hardware level.
Can you explain what an FPGA is?
A field programmable gate array.
Gate array, yep.
Gatorade.
So
it's like Gatorade for computers.
It's a kind of how do I say
chip? It's like a programmable CPU. Like it's a CPU that you can program to be a different CPU.
Oh, okay.
It's like, you know how CPUs are made up of like transistors.
Right.
These are like every transistor is programmable. You can tell like make this transistor into this kind of transistor that's connected to this other transistor.
Interesting.
So you can basically like download a CPU into this, and it can become any kind of CPU.
So it's not emulation. It's actually like recreating the old CPU.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes. That's why it runs like a real 64. And when you run some demos, they'll detect it as an original 64.
And so that's important because just for some people who don't know this, like emulation for like old Nintendo hardware and things like that, sometimes they relied on little quirky things in the CPU cycles to like time things in the game. And then when you emulated them later, it broke the game because it didn't have that original hardware there.
Yeah, like it didn't happen in the right order between the graphics, because the graphics chip and the CPU are separate chips that talk to each other.
Right.
So if like one of them like goes in a different pace from the other one, then things like get out of sync.
So on the back of the Commodore, let's see, where am I? So from my side, you have two USB ports. Then there's a networking port for regular networking cable. And next to that's the HDMI output. The next port is actually the user port. That's where you'd plug in the dataset drive.
Okay.
You could still use your old hardware on this new Commodore. So the dataset drives, the original disk drives will all work on here, even the original printers.
Are they remaking those drives?
Not yet.
Not yet, but maybe they will.
Yet. But there's a lot of people who refurbish old ones, and some people are making like SD card style drives that'll plug into those ports or into like the USB ports.
Yeah. Because I remember I was watching a documentary on like they had these old tapes from NASA from the old moon landings, and then they lost the ability to replay them. The players all broke.
Yeah.
And so they had to like find this old 80-year-old Japanese man somewhere in Japan to like help
that knew the hardware
to fix the old tape players so they could like rewatch these moon landing tapes.
At least extract the data off of it and put it on a modern saving.
They ripped them.
So next to that user port, there's two serial ports. There's the serial port that could be used for hooking up the external disk drives, printer, and there's also a port for the video output. So you could still hook up to analog video through AV ports or S-Video or Chroma Luma. So if you know what
problem with
Chroma
putting
is,
the problem with putting this down is that we hit into your fake table,
It's
and the
not a
bottom gets
fake
cut
table.
off.
It's not a fake. It's
Like
real.
you see that, like
You
you
can
go forward
always
here, it's like it's cut off. There's like
oh,
a
I
fake
see.
table.
I see.
Like when you stand it down, like the ports get cut off.
Here.
Yeah.
I was gonna say put it on this.
There you go.
All right. So
put the old 1980s tech on the new shiny
yeah.
machine.
So this side here, you have all new outputs. This used to be the user port for things like the 300 baud modem or 600 baud modem, whatever it was. That's now changed, but there is a socket inside, so you can get that user adapter and run a cable out. These pretty much are all the same, but then these two are completely different. This is actually an optical audio out, and some people are plugging the regular
infrared.
Yes.
Okay.
It's like Toslink, or is it?
Yeah.
A
Yeah,
different one?
Toslink.
Oh,
That's
okay.
it. Now, some people are plugging their regular earphones plugs into it, and some are damaging the port accidentally. So be careful if you get this. Don't just plug your earphones into it and expect it to work. The next port actually used to be this switch for the high-low channel for the RF output, because this used to be the RF output.
You mean like 3 or 4?
Yep, channel 3 or 4. And you'd plug in a cable to an RF converter to plug into your regular television sets back in the day. You didn't always buy a monitor because the monitors were kind of an optional, expensive
Just use a
accessory.
TV.
Yep. And then the last one is, of course, the cartridge port, where you could plug in your memory expanders, your fast loaders, your games, your music modules, and all that sort of stuff. And it still works just like the original. So the case actually is made from, I believe, the original molds that they found in a factory in Germany.
It's crazy.
So that's why the hole is still there for the high-low. It doesn't have to be there. There's nothing there.
But they left it there for.
They left it there.
Yeah.
And I think that's a great touch. And the new Commodore 64Cs are also going to be using original molds that were found and I think sold back or donated back to Commodore International. So
That's crazy.
it's great.
It feels so legit.
Can I touch?
Yep.
Yeah, this feels like it came from the 80s.
I
I've been the whole time I've been looking at this. I just want to try this.
knew it. Those are
that
great.
feels
but those
Mechanical
cursor keys
keys.
are the arrow keys are cursed.
So the cursor keys on the Commodore were actually two directional. You'd have to hold a shift key to do the reverse part of the cursor move.
Yeah, it's like it goes up, and then
So-
to go down you have to hold down shift and press
No,
it. Then you go
no,
left, and then you go press to go
no,
right. You have to hold
no,
down shift
no.
and do it.
So
No.
yeah, down and to the right is just push the cursor key. To go up or to the left, you have to hold the shift and press the cursor keys. So the directional keys were, how shall we say, prehistoric
Prehistoric.
at the time.
Wait, can you because it has USB ports, can you just put in a modern keyboard into this?
Actually, yes, you can.
Huh.
But the way the keys are mapped, though, the Commodore key and things like the run stop and the restore key are different. So you could do it. I don't think it's that easy, but I know a lot of people on the user group have done it.
'Cause I would want to have a wireless keyboard with this if I had it,
Yeah, I don't know if the wireless is supported on it, but yeah, if you have a wireless dongle, maybe it'll work that way. And just recently, the firmware update that they released allowed you to use a USB mouse,
Oh, that's cool.
but it had to be a low DPI USB mouse, the old one.
Don't panic the hardware. All right, Mike, are we gonna turn this thing on?
You haven't peeled the power.
I haven't peeled that one off. No, I'm saving that for later.
Are we gonna
But yeah,
turn it?
we could just hook up the power.
Let's-
Let's get the power adapter out. This is actually the original.
The real
sticker sheet.
stickers.
These are the real stickers.
Apple stopped giving stickers with their products.
Yeah.
Cheap
Yep.
asses.
And then all of these came with
Oh wow.
a cassette tape that's actually a USB drive.
Oh, that's cool.
That is really cool.
And it has a whole bunch of programs on it plus demos that you could play to get started. It's called The Very Second because the original Commodore came with a training tape called The Very First.
Oh, okay.
So this is
Cute.
The Very Second.
Very cute.
So I don't need to do this anymore because I
classic
made a
case, I love
copy.
that.
I want
It's
a
on
USB
my
drive
other
that's just
USB
like
drive.
that, like just a normal one.
And the original Commodores came with this huge brick power adapter that was about the size of this box.
Okay.
Good
Okay.
old linear power supplies before we got
Those
switching power
things-
supplies.
You don't use those today. If you plug them into your Commodore, they could overvolt the Commodore and blow it up.
What is this linear power? What are you saying?
Like the old power supplies that had like big transformers in them.
Oh, so they didn't like, because like AC DC, right? So you need to like do like, it has to switch back and forth to get it DC.
Well, it was like the hard part was like getting the volts down from 120 volts. So like the old, they had like big like transformers. They go
voltage regulators and everything.
And then modern things use switching power supplies where you have electronics that just chop up the voltage.
Yeah.
And by the way, this is the power supply now.
It looks like a retro Mac for some reason.
It's because of the Starlight Edition, they decided to make these all clear, so they would match any of them.
Where's the focus point?
Focus point's on us.
Oh no!
But of course, it comes with the plugs for the different
regions,
different countries, outlets, and whatnot. So
I still need to get a adapter cable for my Mac power brick. Okay.
So just plug in
this first.
There.
All right.
DC.
Yeah. And then we need to get the HDMI cable plugged in. All right.
Okay, we're set up.
We're hooked up. We're ready to power it on. There's a little rocker switch there that you just push down one time to click it, and it'll power on.
All right.
Go ahead. There you go.
The
And
LED
now
is on.
You hear a little click there.
LED is on.
Yep. And now can you check to see if our Commodore screen is there?
Wow.
There we are.
Commodore 64 basic V2 64K RAM system. Some numbers.
Where's shift?
Halloos.
I can't type.
Semicolon. Never mind.
Carl's off. He's doing something. Go to 10.
It takes a bit to get used to the keyboard.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
There you go.
Where's break?
Run stop.
This is my first time using a Commodore 64. Period. Or an emulator or anything.
Yeah, the HDMI port, if I stress it, it goes off. But yeah, to access.
Okay.
All right, so
with this over here, I just noticed the DC jack doesn't just say power; it says 8-bit power.
8-bit power.
Yeah. And it's actually a clear plate, so you could see inside of it if it had the LEDs on inside. And a lot of people are replacing this plate, and they're putting in reset buttons and whatnot for not having to use this multifunction switch. Because one of the things you do to get to the main control menus, you flip up and you get this overlay that lets you do...
So this is new.
This is new.
Okay.
This was never on the original, of course. And this is where you can access all of the features.
What, the original didn't have Wi-Fi?
No Wi-Fi. I mean, if you wanted to throw it out a window, it was temporarily.
Why?
But to check your files, you can take your USB drive, plug it in on the back.
So what file system does this use? FAT?
No. I don't know what the file system is in the Commodore 64.
Okay.
Although it can read saved from FAT or
like the modern one has like emulation for using FAT.
Or Mac OS journals can read that, because this is what I do. I save my programs on my Mac at home, transfer them to the USB drive, and just plug the USB drive in.
And it works.
And it's right there.
That's like emulated on the modern one.
Huh.
And then I have all the game demos, games, learning programs, magazine discs that I've downloaded from the Internet Archive, the tape archive.
I love the Internet Archive. It's so great.
The very second, I copied the entire USB of the very second, so I don't have to use it anymore. I've got it all on this other drive. And of course, I've got some discs that I've made that I have been typing in programs from Commodore magazines.
Have you made the bouncing ball demo?
I did that, yep. So it's on my work disk. So to mount the disc, listen carefully.
Oh, nice sound effect.
You have the sound effects too. Like when you're locking.
It has like a speaker inside of it.
It's a speaker inside. And so load. Oh, I don't do a comma one.
Like a floppy drive whirring sound.
List. And that's stuff that I've done since I got it in
nice.
December.
Ooh, machine language test.
So a lot of these with the 1, 2, 3, 4, those are like where I've typed in the program and there's an error and I haven't found it yet. So I've saved it.
More balls.
I've printed to the PDF file. It's because you do printer emulation.
Okay.
And I'll take that, save it to the drive, the USB drive, take it over to my Mac, print it out, and then I'll line by line check every line in the basic program.
Oh my God.
Like I did in the olden days.
I should have brought my printer. You could have printed
But-
dot matrix.
You know, it was the way you used to have to do it. You know?
So what? Can you show us any of these things? Like what?
Yeah, I can load anything you want.
This is my first interaction with the Commodore, so I don't know
So-
what this does.
So I'm loading the eyeball guy, which is part of the sprite learning section of the user's guide. You learn how to design your own sprites based on the sprite map that it teaches you. And when I was in high school, I used to draw this character called the eyeball guy. Now, a lot of people here in Japan would say that it looks like the meta with the eyeball Oji-san from Gegege no Kitaro, but I designed this character long before I knew anything about these anime. And all he does is, it's my guy going across the screen.
Okay, now this when it's loading stuff, let me ask a question. It's obviously capable of instantaneously loading everything. Is it like on purpose putting in like loading time?
Remember cycle specific accuracy.
Oh, okay.
So it's working the same speed that the original Commodore would work.
Okay.
So loading speed is the same. And especially the way that this is like the 1541 drive that I'm loading from. It's going to behave the same way a real 1541 drive behaved.
Okay.
So its loading speed's going to be the same speed.
Okay.
And this is the program to make that guy.
It's probably like this.
Yep.
Sample. Like, yeah, you have to draw the dots on grid paper, and then you have to convert those into numbers. Like, okay, so these are all white, so those are all zeros, and then we have like half is black, so that's like 0, 1, and then you type all those numbers in.
Each one that's a 1 is a different numeric representation, from 128 at the top down to I think it's 1 at the bottom. And then you have to add up those numbers, and based on the total you get for that line, the computer knows where to draw that sprite line.
So then once you've drawn this sprite, how do you then animate it?
So to animate, if you want to
put
go
you
back to there's poke values where you could tell it where to call the sprite, and then it shows where to start, where to finish. You can specify timing, like how fast or slow you want it to go. You can even control the size of the sprite, so you can have it the regular size like this or twice as big. And you can control a number of sprites all at the same time and have them go behind and in front of each other and do different things.
So to explain like how low level this is, what poke means is put this value straight into memory.
In this memory location.
Okay.
You're just like literally like write this straight into RAM at this address. It's not like an API. It's not like draw a sprite and like the OS does it. It's
just straight into memory.
Right into the graphics
If you
chip.
look at line 10, it has V equals 53248. That's a poke value. And then on line 25,
it has like right into byte 5,553 kilobytes, 248 bytes into RAM.
line 25 says poke V plus 5. So that's taking that value, the 53,000 plus 5, comma 100. So it's changing the number to tell it a different location to do this action or to put this data in.
And then the graphics chip looks in the memory. Okay, what am I supposed to be drawing? And it looks in the memory. It sees this value. And okay, then I'll draw this thing.
So
And then-
this is how you do monochromatic sprites. Then how do you make this color? Because this is color, right?
Yeah. And you could do even more stuff with it to make it more complex.
So this is like grayscale. So how do you make this into a color? You just like put in different values for it or something?
There's more lines you have to do.
Well,
Changing
you have to read the
colors.
manual.
It says right here, 0 through 7 color. Huh.
If I wanted to make a multicolor sprite, it gets a little more complicated. I think with BASIC, you're very limited because, again, BASIC is a machine language interpreter. It's not the actual system level command structure. BASIC's interpreting for the machine, what
Okay.
you're putting into it. And it takes up a lot more memory to run basic programs only. So that's where learning machine language and assembly really allows you to save a lot of memory and have even more direct control, like pixel by pixel control of stuff.
You can do an FTP file service on this.
Yes. Transfer files directly to the C64.
So you've been doing basic.
I've been doing mostly basic programming study, and I've started doing assembly language study now. But I'm still not able to wrap my brain around the hex and binary translations.
So like when you do assembly, are you using like an assembler where you type in like the mnemonic commands, or do you have to convert it manually?
I'm learning how to do mnemonic assembly, but it's just the very beginning.
Yeah.
I'm just at the very start of it. And I gotta be honest, I'm not the fastest, how do I say, light bulb in the room. So I decided if I'm going to start learning assembly, I've got to go as simple as I can. So I'm actually reading the Kid's Guide to Assembly to get started. Because I need to be able to follow each of these steps as easy as possible. And I've read a couple of the assembly manuals, started reading them, haven't finished them. They're just so technically beyond what I understand what's going on. It's like they assume that you already know, oh, this is what machine language is, so you don't need to learn about that. We already use these hex values. You don't need to know how to convert those hex values.
Mm-hmm.
I need to know.
You need like a baseline.
I need like the sub-zero start, to get going on this. But as far as assemblers are concerned, this Kid's Guide actually has you program step by step an assembler program. And it tells you every section of the program what this is going to do, and I love it because it's teaching me, how the computer is going to be able to take my code and turn it into machine language code that I can turn into a program.
All right.
I remember when I was in elementary school, we used to have to do programming problems in math class where we would actually have to write out print blah 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 all that shit on a piece of paper, and then we would take it to the computer lab and put it into the computer and see if it worked. Mm-hmm. And I don't remember any of that shit. It brought it back when Carl wrote print though in the command line. Okay, so does this have games on it? Like pre-built games?
I've got some games in it. So if you want to switch back to the screen.
Can we see some of the pre-built-in games?
So let's go to the very second. And then we've got demos. We've got some games here.
Now these games, you have to pay for them, right?
No, these came with it.
Oh, they came with it.
And a lot of the games that were made for the Commodore 64 back in the 80s are now public domain.
Okay.
You can find them.
I'm sure there's Internet Archive.
Internet Archive has a lot. There's a lot of fan websites that have archives of these games, or what they call game cracks.
Okay.
Because some of the games used an early kind of protection, where you had to have this disc or wheel, or you had to have the original manual and what was the character that's on this page. Type that in, and then it'll let you play the game.
I hated that.
And so a lot of these cracks now bypass those and let you get right into the game. But you have to kind of watch what you're downloading, because there are games made for PAL and there's games made for NTSC. And our standard here in Japan is NTSC, same as back in the United States. So some PAL games won't play on NTSC, and the same vice versa.
But with HDMI, you should be able to switch, right? Because
you can switch. Digital. Yeah, you can switch, but I haven't really gotten that far into it. I haven't played a lot of the games on here, but here you have them separate. Mm-hmm. But if we go in here, you've got all these games.
Tell me there's a Star Wars game.
Not in here, but I have Star Wars games on this drive. But one of the there's the Bear Essentials. I think that was the Berenstein Bears. Go back out here. What was it? I think you saw Bruce Lee. There it is. Return of Fury.
Oh my God.
And they had the Green Felt. I think it's like a golf game.
Of course, there's always a golf
game. Is Bomberland a clone of Bomberman?
Could be. I haven't played that one yet. So.
Could be.
But this one's one I've actually been playing recently, Lycia. It's kind of like a Zelda style game.
Adventure game.
And it's really, I think, visually, it's pretty impressive for the Commodore. It's not going to look impressive compared to today's games.
Hey.
But would you like to see it?
Yes.
Yeah,
All right.
sure.
So to do that, I need to get out my joystick.
My joystick.
Not that one.
Wait, let's go. Oh, wait.
So
Here.
this is this. You get this from 8-Bit Retro Shop, which is based, I think, in the UK, and it's a beautiful looking joystick.
Everything's clear.
Yes.
We're going back.
wow.
We're going back to the iMac days.
It's metal.
We're trying to find home telephones.
You
and
need to
fax
screw.
machines.
You need to screw in your knob.
Yeah. Here's my knob. Nobody touch my knob.
You can even extend. You can extend your shaft if you need to.
If you need to.
No, I like the way my shaft throws.
Wow.
So I like the clear. It's got the really good switch types.
Very clicky.
Controller. It's got double buttons in the front as well for
Suction
like auto
cups on the
fire.
bottom.
And they give you a manual. They actually tell you to
Wow.
open it up and change the jumpers for different computer systems. It has a 9-pin DB port
Wow.
for the Atari style game ports. It's really nice. And I bought 2 of them.
And how much are those?
These are about $40.
Okay.
It's not bad.
That's not bad.
And
I mean, a
plus
modern
shipping,
day,
but you know.
a modern day like controller cost is usually about $120 now.
Mm-hmm. So I think it's game port 2.
Logical.
So if we can go back to the screen now.
Oh, sorry.
And so this is like a kart game. So this would be like the kind that would plug into the back of the 64. And you just run kart. Let's see if it gets the sound.
Oh wow! Look at those graphics.
Now keep in mind, it's drawing each frame and playing each frame. It's not rendering separate things right now in this.
When this was new, like what was it like 30 frames a second, 24 frames a second? Like what was the refresh rate of this guy?
Whatever the TV refresh rate was.
Yeah, it's for NTSC
So
because it's like
NTSC.
native
So
NTSC.
29.9 whatever.
59 point
Yeah.
interlaced, obviously.
Wow.
Free cartridge.
Okay. That definitely looks like a certain Star Wars princess.
You know, I was going to say the same thing. I thought it looked just like her too. There should be some sound.
Yeah, it's recording.
It's going through
okay.
HDMI.
Yeah, it's recording it. It's recording it.
So this cinematic at the beginning is just setting up the story a little bit.
But this is all, I mean, like, how did they, this art was all made through, like, coding?
Yeah.
Like, every sprite?
Yeah.
Oh, my
And
gosh.
they rendered it on probably graph paper and then coded it from there. I don't know.
Maybe use the paint program.
And then, like, converted it. Wow.
There is a demo I'll show you after this that is truly impressive for fast rendering.
How many colors can this display? 16 or 32?
I think 32.
32?
Or more.
Let's refer to the
It's
manual.
manual.
Yep, check the manual.
Because it's got several different types of blue on this one screen. So I'm thinking it's like 32.
32 or 64.
Color and graphics, page 81. Advanced color and graphics commands.
Black, white, purple, yellow. Oh, and it's got 8 bits
So
per
it's
color.
got I think you have a full range of 16 text colors to work with.
That's 16 text colors, but I think you have more.
Wow. So this game, is it like you know how the original Zelda was like, what is it called?
It's top
Anna,
down
whatever
for
it's
Zelda, but this one's a little similar to that. It's like you're looking at sort of an angled, you know, with everything kind of tilted flat, and then you're walking through the world in that same perspective.
What is that perspective called? The isometric? Is that what it's called? I gotta Google. I think it's called isometric view.
It sounds like it's the same 16 colors for graphics.
Yeah,
but-
isometric view is a 3D view where things look like this kind of corner. Is it like this isometric?
Not like that. More like straight on.
Okay.
So we'll skip this part here and go to the menu and start the game and just show you a
I
little
spent
bit.
half the time on just intros.
Yeah.
Now, was
But
this game an original
No,
Commodore
this
game?
is actually very recent. This is like within the last 5 years. I think this
Oh,
is made.
okay. Wow.
So-
Scripty text.
New Journey. So I could just continue where I was at last time because I don't want to lose my place.
So if this is like a cartridge game, it's emulating a cartridge with like a backup battery on
Yep,
it
yep.
for the saves.
So it can save your game and yeah, wake up Nora. Oh, I guess I'm starting at the beginning again.
Uh-oh.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Yep. So it's kind of that style.
Yeah, it's kind of like Zelda. It's like Zelda on the Super Nintendo, Link to the Past.
And you can interact with people in the game. You can pick up objects. You can drop objects. You can
Yeah,
you get these different missions that you have to complete to go through and find out the mystery of what's going on in this world.
I think this is 8-bit color.
Of course it is. So
Yeah. That's cool. So this like these games like Carl was saying, you can save your progress, right?
Yep.
Okay. Father.
so
Yeah, the crazy thing is like people are making so much more advanced games now than they made back in the day, just because like I guess people like if you're using a modern computer to code and stuff, you have like a lot more like
Tools.
and like writing this on a period computer and you're saving to like floppy disks and like you're editing on the 40 character display and
yeah, floppy. I think floppy was still better than cartridge because you had a lot more you could load, and some games came on two double-sided floppy disks, so you had a lot of information that you could go back and forth and read and write, and then save games and all that. So that just gives you a little view of it.
I'm noticing that the aspect ratio of this is because it's on an HDMI connection. It's 16:9, but the game is kind of 4:3.
Yeah, the games will usually play at 4:3.
It's kind of 4:3.
The aspect ratio of the main basic screen is actually stretched
Okay.
because of the screen. I can actually set it so it's
Square
correct,
again.
like
Yeah.
a regular one, but it gives you large black bars on the right and left, which is how mine is set at home. I prefer the regular aspect ratio of the Commodore screen.
yeah.
And you can also have the scan lines or remove them.
See, I was going to ask that about a lot of modern, emulation for old games. Old games required CRT monitors to really animate the sprites and everything correctly. So when you're looking at these graphics on like an LCD, like we're looking at it right now, is there any like drawback from that on the Commodore? Or is it not really noticeable?
I don't really think I don't know. I've never really noticed it myself. There could be.
It might not have like for example Sonic on the original Sega Genesis. When you watch it on an LCD monitor, it looks like garbage compared to a CRT.
Well, yeah, LCD was terrible for games,
Right. Yeah.
Because the refresh of the LCD was so slow.
Not only that, but
So you get a ghosting.
A lot
effect.
of graphics were like drawn like assuming it's going to be shown on CRT.
CRT,
like
right.
like you could fake transparency by just doing every other pixel.
Right.
But if you look at it on LCD, it just looks chunky. But if
Yeah.
you look at it on CRT, it looks like they actually did proper transparency, just because the CRT smooshes everything together.
with the scan lines.
Yeah, I don't know on that one. I have
what
to,
does the scanline emulation look like?
Well, I'll show you. It's doing it right now. Let's go. Let's reset the Commodore here.
The sound effects.
So it's actually doing the scanline emulation at the moment.
So
if
I think
go
it's like doing HD resolution scan lines. They're like
I go-
tiny.
Here we go. HDMI scan resolution,
Oh, you can set it.
and then
HDMI scan lines enabled.
disable, and then back out, save.
Oh yeah,
And now the
that's
scan line's gone.
that's smooth.
But I like the
Oh.
scan lines. I think it looks better with the scan lines.
Yeah, like it makes it look a little bit higher resolution, kind of like fake higher resolution.
Yeah, that's okay. Huh.
Anyways, I'm not sure why it's not changing the
Aspect.
aspect ratio.
It might be like the handoff between the computer like because it's using what do you call it, a capture card, so it might be telling it to go to this side. Huh.
Oh, that's
go.
interesting.
But I don't like it on the right side there, so I'm not going to save that. That was just going to 720. There we go.
Yeah, I think the capture card might just be like interpreting it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
So let me go to that demo I was mentioning earlier. It's called Bad Apple,
Classic.
and it's not games. Not that.
Nyan,
Where am
I saw a
going?
Nyan cat there.
There you go. Yep.
What is a bad apple?
It's a classic animation
Yep.
that has been
You'll
ported
know
to
why
every
he
single
knows about
thing.
this in just
like
a second.
like someone made like Bad Apple running inside the Windows Task Manager by just loading the CPUs at different times. I think it was fake, but it was a good idea.
Well, what it was is I think it was a challenge made that you couldn't have like so many frames of animation in a demo under a certain amount of kilobytes,
Mm-hmm.
and use the borders, because at the old, back in the time, you couldn't use the borders of the screen. You could only use what was inside that darker blue area.
Mm-hmm.
But now people have figured out how to hack it to use the borders as the full screen now.
Oh wow!
And Bad Apple is one of those demos that actually does that.
Breaks out of
It
the.
really looks impressive.
This is real time loading speed,
Yeah, like if I had the option to turn that off, I would definitely.
There is a little shortcut to make it load faster, and I'll show you that in a second.
I would definitely turn that off.
Some of these D64 files, if you right arrow it, you get a PRG file that you could just load quickly. But if there's like a lot of them here, so I don't know which one would have to be done. So I just load it as a D64 disk image. But yeah, it does take a while to load because this is a lot of data. A lot of data for the Commodore.
For
Say
the
that much.
Commodore.
I mean, it's probably way less data than a selfie, but still.
I mean, it's like 64K. It's not a cartridge game, so it's like max 64K.
How are we on time, by the way?
We're good. We can do like this demo, I think, and then I think we should maybe show one more feature and then wrap. But yeah.
Welcome to the world of Commodore computers, waiting for things to load.
People had a lot of patience back in the day.
I'm kind of into the little sound effect it makes. Unnecessary sound effect.
If you like this sound effect, you're gonna hate the tape loading one though.
Oh no.
Does it actually play the audio?
Unfortunately, yes.
I'm trying to remember the sound effect that like the actual like big ass floppy drives used to make. It was like a.
Do you remember the headbang sound?
The headbangs.
The headbang where the head would go back to a start position and then.
This was for like the app because like on like PCs like they were expensive drives, so they like add a sensor so they know where the head is on what track of the disc. But like when they were like making like the Apple, like Woz was like, not gonna put a sensor there, that costs money, so I'm just gonna like make it go back, like if a disc has 16 tracks, I'm just gonna go back 16 tracks every single time.
Go back to a home position.
Yeah, and it's just like if it was already at the first track, it's gonna go brrr, and it'll slap on the side of the drive 16 times every time you turn on the computer.
Was. This is still loading.
It's still loading. I don't know why.
We can
it's taking
speed it
so long. I
up
thought
in
would
post.
already load, but-
we'll cut this in post.
I can go back to my solitaire here.
Solitaire.
Just don't use the SpongeBob SquarePants 1 minute later thing. Please don't do that.
Wow.
All right. What? Oh, we got some 3D graphics going on. This reminds me of I was watching a like full review of Star Fox on the Super Nintendo. Have you guys ever played that before? It's like the first like fake 3D game. It's so good. I love it. Is this do you just have to press start to go? Like what's going on here?
No, I think it's loading still.
It's loading.
I can't see the bottom part of it though, so I
Yeah,
don't
why
know
is
what it's really saying there.
It's like cut off.
Yeah, what's going on?
This is how computers were before. You'd get like a disk from someone with weird stuff on it, and you'd load it up to see what it was.
Get a virus.
Or you download from a BBS.
Oh my God.
Yeah, can you get
BBSs.
viruses on this?
I think it's possible, but I know with the Commodore PET, there was the poke of death.
Mike, pull the mic.
Sorry. There was on the Commodore PET, there was something called the poke of death. If you poked a certain number into a certain registry, it would actually cause the computer to fry itself.
Oops.
That reminds me, dude, Carl, remember when you set up your chooser network or whatever it was with your old Mac, then you all got that ancient virus?
Yeah.
What virus was that?
I don't remember which one it was, but yeah, I've been part of the thing called Global Talk, where a bunch of retro Mac users have set up a global Apple Talk network.
And then you all got
in the first year, like there was someone like shared something that had a virus, so like a bunch of people got like
this virus of like
40-year-old virus reappearing.
Oh, this is boring. So, incoherent nightmare. Wait, is there a PRG? Nope.
Ready load asterisk 81. What does all this mean?
So load star is telling it to find the first executable program on the disk and run it automatically. So if you load a $, it's loading the disk directory.
Okay.
And if you want to load a program specifically and you know the name, you just type in the name in the quotes.
Okay.
If you don't add a (8), which is telling it to go to the disk drive, it automatically assumes that it's the tape drive, and it tells you press play on tape.
Oh.
I'm very impatient right now. I want to show you guys stuff, but I just forget this. How long it takes to load this stuff.
I can't believe that tape drives were at all like reliable. I just can't imagine.
They actually were pretty good.
Really?
The problem was that if you didn't know where the end of a program was, and you needed to save a program on that same tape, you could accidentally overwrite part of a program, and then that becomes corrupted. You can't load that program ever again, which I did several times. So you'd have to. I think there was a way to type in a command to. You'd have to rewind the tape all the way to the beginning, and then it would find a blank space at the end of a program and then start saving it. But it'd have to play through the whole tape to get to that space, and then have a cup of coffee. If you
really needed to write down the numbers from the little like timer on the tape player.
Yeah. There was a little analog timer,
Yep.
like a 3-number counter, we called it. And yeah, on the tape covers, I would have the name of the program, counter number, name of the program, counter number. So that was a major pain in the ass, because sometimes the counter wasn't
100% correct.
It wasn't accurate all the time.
Yeah.
So like,
because it's a physical piece of magnetic plastic.
Yeah, it'd be off by like 3 or 4 numbers or something, you know. So you never really were,
especially if you're fast forwarding.
Yeah. So if you could fast forward the tape to a point just before the number you thought your program was at, then you hit play, you'd save a lot of time. But you still might have 2 or 3 minutes before.
And the thing is that you'd assume that it's seconds, but not
it's
really.
It's not seconds. It was definitely not seconds.
There's a YouTube video by a guy called V Westlife who like tested like 5 different tape players. Like some of them were seconds, most of them were not. And it was
like, and they're all number.
And they're all inconsistent. Like they're all just like they just wired up like a rubber band to the counter. So like the numbers only make sense if you're using the same tape player.
Yeah, and the mechanisms were usually belt driven. So over time,
they get looser
the belt
and longer.
Gets looser. Its timing is a little off. It slips.
And the grease dries up, so it's a little bit slow.
Yeah, so it kind of creates a drag on the flywheel. So it gets. You know, those counter numbers are just suggestions. They're not really accurate.
But if you played it on like an audio player, couldn't you hear the end of the program because it would stop making the robotic noises?
Yeah, you could recognize when it gets to the end, and then there's like a silence at that point. But the dataset drive didn't actually have a speaker.
Oh, okay.
So you couldn't hear it when it was playing. when I load tap files, which are the tape files on this, it's playing the audio through the internal speaker. So I hear the whole noise of it loading the whole time. So it's, for me, it's a brand new experience because I've never really listened to the noise except a few years ago when I was experimenting with an emulator, and they were saying, well, you just download the wave file of the game. I'm like, wave file? And it's just an audio sound, and so you would play the wave file and it would load it. Yeah, it will just load it like a regular audio file.
I've seen
kinda
like
funny.
retro computing people like buy those like cassette to Bluetooth adapters that you can get.
Yeah.
That you can use in like old cars and stuff. They just put it like in the old computer's tape player and then like just play a wave file off of their phone over Bluetooth into this thing.
And actually, that's an ingenious solution because then you don't have to worry about the belt drive. You don't have to worry about the mechanism. You just got to make sure that the read head and
is
electronics
aligned.
are working, and then it does the rest for you. You don't have to worry about the actual physical tape.
Right.
I'm glad that I was born in the age of the floppy disk. But yeah,
I was born in the age of the 8-track cassette.
my family did have an 8-track player, and I thought it was really cool.
The problem with like the whole 8-track format is that you can't rewind.
Yeah, it's an endless loop tape.
yeah.
Because there's an endless loop that like loops out of the middle. So
Yeah.
if you try to rewind it, you just like rip everything apart.
You just have to wait for it to play through and then change the program.
Change the track.
Yep. It's still loading.
It is
We should have
still
left the
loading.
first one to load.
Yeah.
It would have been done.
If we could, I'll just cancel it. So, let's see, go in and reset.
171K takes like half an hour to load.
I guess
Yeah, that's a while. It's not a half an hour, but it's a while.
It feels like it.
If we go to tape archive,
You can hear
that's
the
where you
tape.
get there's that strip poker game that never works.
strip poker game that never works.
So Star Wars was distributed.
606K is going to take a year to load.
Yeah, it's going to take a long time to load. But just to give you a sample of what it sounds like, I have to load a little bit of this for a while. Okay. So, here we go. Run tape. That's the start.
It sounds like an old modem trying to connect.
It'll when it switches over, it will.
Searching found Star Wars. These line patterns.
Warning to anyone with epilepsy.
What are these line patterns like? What it would be like on the physical tape?
No, it's just a representation of the audio, I think. Because sometimes when you were loading games or files, it would have what's called a loading screen.
Yeah.
And sometimes it was just the borders, sometimes the whole screen.
That is epilepsy right there.
Yeah. So let's.
I mean, when you load that, how long does that take?
It's still going. I have to.
I mean, you have to stop the tape player.
You have to stop.
That's a separate thing they have to press.
Power cycle.
So now, so Mike Dulles, so what is your goal with this now? Are you going to like make a game, or are you gonna? I mean, like what do you because you're studying?
Make a spreadsheet.
Yeah, make a spreadsheet.
One of the things I really want to do is I want to get familiar enough with machine language programming, assembly programming, that I can make a program that I had been thinking about since high school.
Okay, this is a game or a program?
This is not a game. It's just a program, but it's kind of like my own little nerdy project that I've always wanted to do. I'm not going to give details because I don't want to give away anything, but I knew at the time when I was in high school that it was impossible to do it with my level of programming skill. And I didn't even know what machine language was at the time. I just knew BASIC. And I knew in BASIC programming, my idea was way too big for BASIC to handle. And I wasn't even sure I could fit an entire BASIC program on one floppy disk at the time to do what I wanted to do. Now, doing a study of machine language and assembly, I think I might be able to do it. And especially on this computer. I don't think I could do it on original, but on this one, I think I can. But it's going to take time because now I've got to study from basically zero knowledge, pick up and catch up to where other programmers are at, and start working on that idea of mine. And I don't know how long it's going to take. It might take a couple years. But, you know, as long as I have free time to do it at home and I'm not playing solitaire on here, I really feel like this is the project I want to do. So we'll see what happens.
All right. Well,
Exciting.
I can give updates in each podcast.
Yeah,
where I'm at.
please give us updates. I do appreciate that you brought the entire system, including the box, in. That was really
Very
It was
cool.
cool to have it unboxing.
You know, there have always been videos and stuff of like Apple unboxings and other computer unboxings, but this is one of those ones that's like, this is my childhood here. And it feels like that whole experience, I wanted to share that with you guys in a way. And any viewers. Of course, there's like 150 videos of people unboxing these Commodore 64 Ultimates, but you know, this is my chance to actually let you guys have the hands-on experience with it, as it were.
I mean,
It's very cool because like you see like old computers that are actually old. So they're all like yellowed and they're scuffed up and they're like kind of messed up. But like an old computer that's brand new
yeah.
feels brand new. It's like it feels very different.
It was very satisfying, like pressing the keys.
Oh, yeah. This keyboard, when I first pulled it out of the box, the very first thing I did was, you know, that's a sensory memory right there. It's just like, oh, amazing. So the sound, the sensation, all of it.
All right, Mike. Thanks for bringing that in.
Yeah, that was great.
All right, let's put this podcast to a close. If you guys like this episode, like and subscribe, leave a comment. Do you have a Commodore 64 Ultimate? What are you doing with it? What do you want Mike to do with his? Are we going to play that
And
strip
can
poker
you suggest
game?
a really can you
Join the
suggest a really
Patreon.
easy assembler that I can use?
An
for,
assembler.
like, assembler for dummies.
All right, guys. Thanks. We'll see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.
Just have AI write it for you. You don't have to do
Vibe code it.
Oh, I fucking I get so angry when I see people say I used AI to create a new Commodore 64 program. You didn't create shit.
Yeah, there's a lot of that in the retro Mac community
I'm
too. It's like
so
I made this
tired
thing.
of
It's like you didn't do anything. You literally did not do anything.